The next morning, the room was quite peaceful. You sat up first, pulling the bag at your chest. Your eyes went straight to the window, pretending you was busy watching the morning light. Taehyung was already awake. He lay on his back, standing and listening like it had all the answers. Neither of you moved, neither of you spoke. Finally, you cleared your thoughts softly. Wine. I'm going to get ready. Taehyung didn't look at you. Taehyung, okay. You stood so fast, almost tripping over the edge of the bed. Taehyung's eyes flickered toward you for half a second, then away again. You rushed into the bathroom, shutting the door as if you was escaping on fire. Mrs. Kim was already in the kitchen, humming to herself. Grandpa sat on the table, reading something with his glasses on, and the moment you and Taehyung entered together, Mrs. Kim's eyes lit up like she had been just handed the best entertainment of the year. Mrs. Kim, oh, she said slowly, her voice dripping with teasing. Both of you awoke up early today. Your face turned red instantly. Taehyung pulled out a chair and sat down like he could not care less. Taehyung, your mother, don't start. Mrs. Kim raised her eyebrow. Mrs. Kim, start what? You lowered your gaze, pretending to be extremely interested in the floor. Grandpa glanced up briefly, then he chuckled. Grandpa, why do you both look like you committed a crime? You choked on your own bed. Taehyung grabbed the water glass and drank like his life depended on it. Mrs. Kim placed breakfast on the table, watching them like a hawk. You reached for a spoon. You reached for the same spoon at the same time. Both fingers brushed. You jerked back as if you had been electrocuted. Taehyung's ears turned red. Mrs. Kim covered her mouth, laughing quickly. Mrs. Kim, I go everywhere. Taehyung slammed the spoon down. Taehyung, Werner. Grandpa interrupted with a smile. Grandpa, let it be, let it be. Your face burned. Taehyung muttered under his breath. Taehyung, this house is a torture chamber. Mrs. Kim smiled like she was proud. Later that afternoon, you was at your desk trying to focus. You stared at your laptop screen, but the words blurred. Your phone buzzed. Unknown number. You frowned and answered. Well, hello. Taehyung's voice came through the shaky trembling. Is this wine, Kim? Your stomach dropped. Wine, yes, this is wine. There was a pause, then the voice cracked. I'm calling from the hospital. It's about your grandfather, Mr. Lee. Stood up so fast, your chair creased. Wine, what had happened? Is it okay? The pause this time was longer. Then the voice came, soft like a knife. I'm sorry, we tried everything we could, but he passed away an hour ago. Your words were silent, your ears rang, your throat closed, your hands began shaking so hard you almost dropped the phone. Why, no? Your voice came out like a broken whisper. No, no, that's not possible. The woman spoke gently. Please come as soon as you can. You just Yun, boss, what happened? You just stumbled, my grandfather. You tried to breathe, but your chest would not open. Yun grabbed your shoulder. Yun, boss, breathe, please breathe. Your eyes feel instinctive and he is gone. Your face changed, Yun. Oh my god. You shook your head again and again. Why, no, he can't be gone, he can't. Back at the house, where like a ghost, your face was pale, your eyes red, your hands trembling. Mrs. Kim opened the door and she knew something was wrong. Mrs. Kim whined. Your lips parted, but no sound came. Then your knees weakened. Mrs. Kim puffed you before you fell. Mrs. Kim whined. What happened? What happened, baby? You finally spoke, your voice breaking into pieces. My grandfather. My grandfather, he died. Grandpa stood up so fast his chair fell backward. Grandpa, what? Taehyung, who just entered from outside, froze completely. Your eyes met his. You burst into tears so violent you could barely breathe. Taehyung started. He stepped forward. He grabbed his shirt with both hands like he was the only thing holding you up. While Taehyung, you sobbed. He was the only one. He was the only one who. Your voice drowned in crying. Mrs. Kim's eyes filled with tears too. Grandpa turned away, wiping his face with his sleeve. Grandpa, we have to go right now. At the funeral hall, the air smelled like incense, a lantern dim. People spoke in quiet voices, dressed in black, moving like shadows. And in the center, a framed photograph of her grandfather. You sat on the floor in front of the photo. Your hands are clasped together so tightly, your knuckles turn white. You stare at the picture, and you're so free in the room. I didn't even say goodbye, you cried. I didn't even. Mrs. Kim sat beside you, holding your shoulder. Mrs. Kim, it's okay, man, it's okay. He lowered himself beside you, and without hesitation, he wrapped his arms around you. You flinched for a second, then you collapsed into him, your face buried against his chest. Then held you tightly, one hand pressing gently against the back of your head. You cried until your voice became hoarse. The house was unusually quiet. Even Mrs. Kim didn't tease, even Grandpa didn't speak much. Grief had settled over the house like a heavy fog. You walked into your room slowly. You didn't change clothes, didn't eat. You just sat on the edge of the bed like a doll left behind. Taehyung stood near the door watching you. His voice was low. Taehyung, wine. You should at least drink some water. You didn't respond. Taehyung walked closer. He placed a glass of water on the bedside table. You stared at it like you didn't understand what it was. Taehyung sat beside you, hesitating. Then he spoke again. Taehyung, cry if you want. You are not alone. Your eyes filled again. You laughed bitterly through tears. Wine, yes, I am. Taehyung shook his head. Taehyung, no. You turned toward him slowly. Your eyes were swollen. His voice came out quieter. Taehyung, I'm here. He pulled you into his arms. You resisted for half a second, then you made it. Your hands grasped his shirt again and you cried. Taehyung, it's okay, he murmured. It's okay, I have got you. Two weeks later, life had finally started to breathe again. Conference room was full. Everyone looked energetic, busy, and excited. You stood at the head of the table, your posture calm, voice firm, exactly the way a CEO should be. But your eyes had a softer confidence now. You tapped the file lightly. Wine, tomorrow we have the annual party you announced. Everyone must attend. The room instantly lit up. If you impress exchanged excited glances, you continued, "You turn professional wine and yes, bring a family, spouses, kids, whoever you want." The room burst into whisper, "Really? Boss is letting us bring family. Resort party. This is going to be insane." You raised your hands slightly. "One more thing," you added. "Be presentable. We will have shareholders, advisor, and senior guests." Everyone nodded quickly. "Yes, boss, wine, and I don't want any issue with food arrangements or security." Yoon sitting beside you with a tablet nodded immediately. "Yoon, yes, boss, you gave a final note. Wine, that's all. Meeting adjourned." After the meeting, you walk back into your office. The moment the door shut, you exit. You loosen your collar slightly and drop into your chair. A second later, Yoon entered with a keyboard. One looked up. "Yoon." "Yoon, yes, boss, fine. And the party will be at the resort. Make sure everything stays perfect." Yoon smiled confidently. "Yoon, yes, boss, everything is under control." You lean back slightly. "Wine, and don't forget, inform our shareholders, advisors, and VIP guests." You nodded again. "Yoon, everyone has been sent invitation cards, boss. You don't need to worry." Your eyes narrowed a little. The perfectionist in you still alive. "Wine, good. And tomorrow I don't want any food problems." Yoon gave a small salute. Yoon understood. "Fine, you can go." Yoon left. The moment the door closed again, your expression softened. You stared at the desk for a long moment. Then you whispered to yourself, "Wine, I should take Taehyung with me, but will he even agree to attend?" When you arrived, the house made warm. Mrs. Kim was cooking, Grandpa was watching TV, Taehyung was outside, returning from work. Sleeves rolled up, hair messy from the wine. You stood at the doorway for a second watching him. "Taehyung, you were home early?" "Why nodded yes." Taehyung whipped his hands on a cloth. "Taehyung, you ate?" Wine hesitated. "No, I didn't." Taehyung cleared his tongue like it annoyed him, but he walked closer anyway. "Taehyung, I will tell you, Ma." Your lips parted slightly. You wanted to smile, but the shyness came first. Taehyung noticed his lips dropped briefly to your lip. Just for a second, then he looked away quickly. At dinner, you and Taehyung sat side by side. Sometimes both knees brushed under the table. Sometimes Taehyung would pass you water without even asking. Mrs. Kim watched out of it with suspicious satisfaction. Grandpa looked happier than he had in weeks. He was in the room, changing into comfortable clothes. Taehyung came in after washing up, hair still slightly damp. He paused when he saw you. Taehyung walked closer, stopping in front of you. "Wine, what?" You asked softly, nervous for no reason. Taehyung didn't answer immediately. He lifted his hand, brushing a loose strand of hair behind your ear. Yours breathed his. Taehyung's voice came low. "Taehyung, you are thinking too much again." "Wine, how do you know?" Taehyung smiled faintly. "Taehyung, because you get this face." You pushed his shoulder lightly. "Wine, I do not." Taehyung cocked your wrist gently. You froze. His thumbs wrapped over your skin slowly, then he leaned around, not fast, not rough, just slowly, soft, familiar and warm. Your eyes fluttered close. You kissed him back for a moment. Everything outside that room disappeared. When you finally pulled away, your cheeks were red. Taehyung's eyes were darker than usual. You whispered, "Wine, Taehyung." Taehyung hummed softly. Taehyung what? Wine, swallow it. "I have something to ask." Taehyung stared at you. Taehyung asked. You hesitated, then finally wine. "Tomorrow there is a party at my company." Taehyung's expression changed instantly. Taehyung, "A party?" Wine nodded. "Our shareholders' advisors, everyone will be there." Taehyung's jaw tightened. You quickly added, "Wine, and I told everyone they can bring family." Taehyung stared at you. Your voice became quieter. "Wine, I want to take you." Taehyung didn't speak. Your heart started beating too fast. You tried to smile casually. "Wine, if you don't want to, it's okay. I can go alone." Taehyung interrupted. "Taehyung, you want to introduce me?" You froze. Taehyung's voice was firm, but his eyes were sharp. Wine nodded slowly, "Yes." Taehyung looked away. You stepped closer. "Wine, Taehyung," he exhaled, then finally asked quieter, "Taehyung, will I embrace you?" Your sighs widened. "Wine, what?" Taehyung's voice hardened slightly. "Taehyung, I'm a farmer. I don't know how to talk with those rich people. I don't know how to." You grabbed his hand. Your voice turned firm. "Wine, you will not embrace me." Taehyung looked at you. For a moment, he looked like he didn't know what to do with those words. Then he muttered, "Taehyung, you are crazy." You smiled softly. "Wine, maybe." Taehyung stared at you for a long second, then finally in a low voice, "Taehyung, fine, you drink." "Wine, fine." Taehyung nodded. "I will go." Your smile broke into something real. You didn't even realize he was holding your breath. Taehyung pulled you closer suddenly. Stumbled into him. Taehyung murmured near your ear, "Taehyung, but if anyone looks at you too much, your face turned red." "Wine, what are you saying?" Taehyung's lips brushed your cheek. "Taehyung, I will drag you away." Hit his chest tightly. "Wine, Taehyung." He chuckled quietly. You stared at him. He was ready. You had chosen the suit yourself, green bag, perfectly tailored, with a sharp white shirt underneath. It hugged his broad shoulder like it was made for him. His hair was styled properly, and the faint stubble on his jaw made him look even more mature. He stood in front of the mirror for a second, adjusting his scarf. Then he glanced toward the bedroom, still not. Taehyung sighed, already impatient. "Taehyung, how long does it take to put on a dress?" He leaned against the wall, arms crossed, checking the time again. He was wearing a deep blue dress, elegant fitted at the waist, flowing softly down. Your hair was tied neatly, a few strands forming your face. Your makeup was simple, but it made your eyes look brighter, softer. You looked like the kind of woman people stare at without meaning to. Taehyung didn't blink. I noticed his sadness and lifted an eyebrow, a small smile forming. What, you asked, pretending you didn't know. Taehyung's voice came out raw. Taehyung, you look breathtaking. You just parted slightly, then you look away shyly, cheeks forming. What? You look handsome too, you murmured. Too handsome, actually. Taehyung got closer. Before you could move, he put you gently by your waist. You gasped softly. Why, Taehyung? He kissed you, not long, not so much, just enough to make you forget where you were. When he pulled back, your eyes were wide. What? We're getting late, you whispered, trying to sound strict. Taehyung smirked. Taehyung, yeah. Then he took your hand and left together. The resort was going on free rides, second record, champagne glasses, soft music, everything screamed luxury. As you and Taehyung entered, the atmosphere shifted. People stopped mid-conversation. Some smiled politely, some stared, some whispered without even trying to hide it. You didn't react. Then Taehyung's arms calmly, but Taehyung could feel it. You reached slightly closer and whispered, while ignored them. Taehyung didn't answer, but he nodded once. He walked them toward a group of senior shareholders. Immediately smiled brightly. See you, Kim. You look wonderful tonight. You offered a professional smile. Why, thank you. This is my husband, Kim Taehyung. Taehyung gave a polite nod. Taehyung, nice to meet you. The shareholders looked momentarily surprised, but they moved forward quickly, shaking his hand. Oh, Mr. Kim, welcome. Taehyung's grip was firm, his expression was calm, but inside he felt like he was standing in a world he didn't belong to. He moved from group to group, introducing him with the same steady confidence, and Taehyung did his best. He answered questions, he nodded, he smiled when necessary. Taehyung froze his hand and his stomach dropped. Jack, his Scottish friend. Behind him stood Mike, another one of his old circle. They were both dressed in expensive suits, looking like they belonged here more than Taehyung ever would. Forced Anita smiled. Taehyung, hey Jack. Jack walked closer, eyes scanning him like he could not believe what he was seeing. Jack, bro, what are you doing here? Taehyung's jaw tightened slightly. Taehyung, I came with my wife. Jack, bring your wife? Taehyung nodded once, expression stiff. Taehyung whined, she is the CEO. Jack's lips curved into a crooked grin, and Mike laughed. Jack leaned in, voice full of mocking disbelief. Jack, wait, you, the guy who hated rich people. Mike added, the guy who used to say money ruins everything. Jack screamed within. Jack, and now you're married to a rich CEO and you're attending a luxury event. Taehyung's eyes darkened. Jack patted his shoulder like it was a joke. Jack, oh, I didn't think you had ever do something like this. Mike laughed again. Mike, you were acting all over back then. Turns out you were just like everyone else. Taehyung stood there silent. He didn't know how to say, but no matter what he said, it would sound like an excuse. Jack did it, he said. Jack, tell me something. Was all that I hate these people drama just acting? Mike smirked. Opportunity comes and nobody says no, huh? They laughed. Taehyung's face cleansed. He didn't respond. He simply turned and walked away. As he moved through the crowd, he heard it, not loud but sharp enough, man and woman speaking carelessly, thinking nobody important was listening. A man scoffed, how did our boss even marry someone like him? A woman replied, I heard her husband is a farmer. Another man laughed. So she could have married Hyun instead. The woman sighed dramatically. Hyun is her junior from university. He liked her for years. That's why he's been working as her PA. Another voice added, Hyun is smart, polished, perfect. He takes care of everything. Someone muttered, this marriage won't last. There is no way COD will stay with a village guy. The words hit Taehyung like stones, one after another. His chest burned, his throat tightened. He walked straight toward the drink section, picked up a glass, drank, then another. He wasn't even tasting it. His hands tightened around the glass so hard it almost cracked. Taehyung's eyes searched and he saw you. You was laughing softly, speaking with a group of important guests. You stood beside you, smiling, confident, smooth with his words. He looked perfect, like he belongs in your world. Taehyung's gaze sharpened. First you glanced at Yon more than once, and then you waited passed by the treated statue, a bridge strip. You almost lost your balance. Yon reacted instantly, grabbing your arm and steadying you. You laughed, embraced. Yon smiled down at you. And the gaze laughed through. To everyone else, it looks harmless, normal, but Taehyung's fingers tightened on the glass, his jaw clenched, his eyes turned cold. Taehyung, so it was all a show. He muttered under his breath. His voice was raw, but the jealousy was loud. The ride back from the resort was quiet, not the peaceful kind of quiet, the heavy kind. He was driving, both hands steady on the steering wheel, eyes fixed on the road. The city lights slipped past the windshield like blurred memories. But inside the car, everything felt too sharp. Taehyung sat beside you silent, his posture was calm, but his presence was tense, like a storm pretending it wasn't there. Glanced at him once. He wasn't looking at you. He was staring outside the window, jaw clenched, his expression unreadable. You slowed and tried to break the silence. Wine. You came at the right time today. You said softly, almost casually. Everything got solved so fast. Taehyung didn't respond. He continued, because silence was making you uncomfortable. Wine. I used to think of him like a kid. You chuckled lightly. But today he proved he can handle things. He really can do everything when it matters. You smiled to yourself, still looking ahead. But these days is not like before, you added. So much work pressure, nothing gets done properly. His voice came suddenly low and sharp. Taehyung, you was your senior. You blink and turn your head slightly. Wine. How did you know that? Taehyung didn't look at you. He asked again, colder this time. Taehyung, he was right. He hesitated for a second and nodded. When he is 3 years junior, Taehyung didn't say anything after that. Not a single word. You tightened your grip on the steering wheel. You thought maybe he was tired, maybe the party drained him. The moment both entered the house, Taehyung didn't even look around. He walked straight to the room and dropped himself onto the sofa. You stood near the entrance for a moment, still holding your purse. You watched him. His suit was still perfect, his face was still calm, but his eyes were distant. Your chest tightened. Wine, Taehyung, you said quietly. He didn't respond. You took a breath and walked closer. Wine, come to bed. Taehyung didn't even turn his head. He just stayed there, laying back, staring at the ceiling. You frowned and confused. Wine, why are you sleeping there? Still no answer. You waited, but Taehyung didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even look at you. He didn't know how to do. The house was silent. You have fallen asleep, your body exhausted from the long day. But Taehyung could not sleep. He stood in the doorway of the bedroom watching you. You was curled up under the blanket, your face peaceful. The soft light from the hallway fell across your hair, making you look gentle, almost fragile. Taehyung's chest tightened, his eyes darkened. He whispered barely audible, Taehyung, today I saw you laughing so freely with Yon. He clenched his jaw, but with me. His gaze dropped to your hand resting on the pillow. You never laughed like that with me. His voice turned bitter. Our lives are different, our thoughts are different. He took a slow step back and then suddenly his eyes landed on the drawer, the contract, the agreement they had signed. Then stared at it like it was a curse. Then he let out a hollow laugh. Taehyung, this is what I am, he muttered, a temporary husband. His face tightened. Maybe it's better if everyone stayed in their own place. His eyes hardened with a decision that had been forming all night. Taehyung turned away. He walked to the wardrobe, pulled out the papers and stared at them for a long moment. Then he folded them neatly. Sun spilled into the bedroom. You slowly opened your eyes, blinking. For a second you forgot everything, then you sat up and froze. Taehyung was standing near the bed, fully dressed. His face was blank, but his eyes were cold. Your heart skipped. Why, Taehyung, you whispered. He walked closer and placed the paper in your hands. You looked down. Your fingers trembled as you unfolded it. It was a contract. Your breath caught. Taehyung's voice was calm. Taehyung, the terms are over. His hand shook. What? Taehyung looked at you like he had already moved on. Taehyung, you can leave whenever you want. You responded, your voice broke. Why? But Taehyung, he cut you off instantly. Taehyung, I have decided. His tone was final. Taehyung, no discussion. You stared at him, your eyes feeding, your fingers curled around the paper so tightly it crumbled. Why? You whispered, almost choking. What did I do? Taehyung didn't answer. He didn't even look like he wanted to. He turned around. He walked out of the room and the door closed softly behind him, leaving you sitting on the bed with shaking hands. Announcement. I have noticed some people are unsubscribing lately. If you are not enjoying the story, please let me know what you don't like so I can improve. It honestly makes me feel a little demotivated because I put a lot of effort into writing and editing. Your support means a lot to me.